Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Blade Warband here outside Dunbreton, where things are looking pretty good for us here in Scotland. We're taking most of mainland Scotland away from the Kingdom of Alban here in the dark blue, as well as the Kingdom of Lathland. We've kind of knocked them back to the islands as well. Hi, how are you doing today, Whiskers? You good? My next concern is Squeen. If we can take Squeen, we hold pretty much the entirety of Scotland apart from Edinburgh and this place which I can't even begin to pronounce. Happy after better. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I don't really want to make any issues with Denmark or with Northumbria. I don't have any wish to go to war with them. My plan is to try to take Squeen and then sue for peace, and then maybe we can start thinking about creating a foothold in Ireland. I mean, that would... We briefly took on Cerberg over here, but didn't really end up going that well. So I have to have a think about that. Initially, I just want to go to my Lord's Hall, speak to Brunhild. I want to dispatch an emissary both to Wessex, tender a truce. I'll send Asbjorn down to do that. And I will also send an emissary to the Ulade. I think there's probably not any need for us to be at war for the time being. And I'll send Solvik off to do that. Whether they'll be successful, I don't know. But the better we can, the more we can kind of cut down the excess wars we have going on, the better, really. There's a lot of lords hanging about. I'll just say to get as much more. Okay. I was about to get some more morale, but it seems I've done that recently last time. It's been a little while since I last played. We are going to have a symbol, and we're going to drink, laugh, and shout as they come, because we need to get some more morale for our men. We do lose 3 renown, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Village is under attack. It's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, we want to try to take Squeen, but it's not going to be an easy job. Purely because of how big of a town it is. It's going to be a real pain to try and get in there. I'm hoping we can starve it out. If it's only got like 8 days... If it's only kind of got 8 days food, then it might be okay, but we need to see that. I'm going to send foragers because I think we're going to need them. And we're going to make sure that everyone possible is actually accompanying us. I have a new task for you. Follow me. Because we're going to need every single one of these guys for the invasion of Squeen. I'm trying to work out who we need to speak to Elston as well. Elston likes us, so he should really be coming with us anyway, but let's just make sure that these guys are still following us. I don't know if you're following me, but if I can... you'll follow me. I doubt you'll follow me for that long, but it's better than nothing. We probably want to save our villagers over there. Just trying to make sure I've got everyone. Huithril, I think we still need to speak to. I need to ask for you follow me. That battle will finish almost instantaneously. That's fine. Call-ins to accompany us, that's nice. We're gonna, it's gonna be interesting to see if we can manage this, because there's gonna be a lot of people inside. That's the problem. 701 plus 44. It's not ideal. Let me make sure everyone's following us again, because we're gonna really need every single lord to come in with us, and we're gonna try siege them out. I think that's the plan. But trying to siege them out for 8 days is going to be tough. Now we'll get to speak to Corlin and to Cuthred. It's a lot of people to take on. We're not going to be able to take them out with the political way, that's for sure. We can try besiege. They have 12 days. Yeah, they've got 12 days supplies. Let us... Can we build blockades? No, we don't have enough men. That's unfortunate. let us first of all order construction sanitation. And I then want to pillage farms to replenish your stocks and harm the enemy. Make more receptive to surrendering, that's very important. We can't blockade. We will build mantlets. And we will wait till tomorrow. Premise, I don't think the lords will stick with me for the entire invasion. But I hope I can just siege them out. That's the plan, really. Wait until tomorrow. We might just end up having to abandon. Oh, there's a fight going on here. That's a big fight. We're going to need to get involved in that. Does mean abandoning the actual siege, which is annoying. But at least we can take this guy out. We just need the other lords. We just need the other lords to come with us, really. Let's maybe not charge. Actually, this is going to be a big battle. Let's a little bit more defensively. Infantry here, spearmen here, archers and skirmishers on the hill. Cav over there, please. Thank you very much. I apologise if I sound a bit different. I'm still on my broken chair. Soon, I've got some new parts ordered for the chair, and hopefully that'll be fixed coming soon. But it still means I'm probably perched a little bit further back than would be ideal. Purely just because I'm having to operate the chair at the moment. I'm sure it'll be fixed soon. I'm going to get the infantry to stand closer. Doesn't look like they really want to charge us, so I'll let our cavalry charge in. Hopefully they might be able to prompt them into coming after us. I don't mind sacrificing our 2 cavalry in order to kind of ensure they come after us, because these guys are technically not cavalry, these lords. We've got Elston, Huithril, Druthan, Ethelmod, and Druthan, Cosentin? I'm just going to call you Ada, because I can't say your name. While we're waiting for this, who's the best geared lord? I think it's probably you. I think it's probably Ethelmod here. But who knows? Are they going to come in for us? It looks like their cavalry is sort of charging in. That's probably a good thing. Because I'd much rather they come to us in the grand scheme. Like, at the loss of 2 cavalry, it's much more worth it to let them charge us. Especially as the river's right here. We'll slow them down, we'll knacker their momentum a bit. Let's see if we can take this horse before he becomes a problem. There we go. Take out the horse. Someone else will finish the job there. There we go. And we await the arrival of the infantry. I do have to remember these guys are not the Irish faction. They're not as weak as the Irish faction are, or the Irish troop tree is. I really don't know what our best course of action is to actually try to take Squin, because that's the last stronghold of the Kingdom of Alban, so it'd be really good to take them out of the game and secure Scotland for ourselves. But I don't know if we can afford to do a 12-day siege in terms of morale and of our lords staying with us. It just may not be feasible. But we don't really have the troops for an all-out assault at the moment. Are they going to charge in, or are we going to have to? We might just have to charge them. I'd really rather not, however. But we may have no choice. We'll personally cross the river, see if we can bait them into attacking. And after that, we'll. Oh no, they're coming. Well, they're sort of coming. Let's see if we can kill 1 or 2 of these sort of lightly armoured skirmishers. That might be our best way forward. I don't want to. I don't want to take some severe damage this early into the fight, because it is a big and long fight that we're going to have to do here. Okay, I've now taken out 2 of them. That might bait them into attacking. I think it has. Excellent. Oh, it sort of did. They really want to attack, but they're kind of hanging on one side of the river. Let's carve up more of this archer line if we can. The more we can do... oh my goodness. That guy with his shepherd's script did about 33 damage to my horse there. Or maybe it was a different... maybe someone else damaged me and I just didn't notice where it came from. Good sirs, I beg you, cease and desist. Please just attack. I don't want to go across the river to attack you. I'd much rather you charge the river at us. Oh, they're sort of coming in now, but they're gonna keep pulling back. They're gonna... Okay, infantry move forward, spearmen move forward. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. I think they are now coming in. And now that we should have our throwing weapons. Yeah, we should have our throwing weapons in now. Good. Okay, we're not going to get involved in that melee scrum in the river. Let's charge now while they're in the water. Because they'll still be a bit bogged down. They'll be fighting uphill. I don't know if that actually has any active damage effects, but I always think it's a good idea to be on the high ground if possible. Certainly in other games that is a genuine thing. I just don't know if it is in this one. We're going to actually get off our pony. I think we'll fight this one on foot. Because horses in the river are not going to be not going to be that good of use, I think. Plus, I like getting down and fighting on foot every now and then. Because it's back to our roots in this mod where we just had a few amount of soldiers and we just had to make it work with no horse. Okay, we'll deal with you. Excellent. Okay, we're doing well in terms of casualties, but we do need to, of course, be careful. So that doesn't mean they'll have some reinforcements coming in pretty soon. Deal with you. And deal with you. Yeah, it's fun to fight on foot for a change. And allows me to be a bit more aware of kind of what's going on in the battle. I know there is a mod you can get. Oh, there was your head off. I know there is a mod that we can get where once you die, you can play as another soldier within the army. Obviously not the character that you chose, but you can choose to play as another soldier. Say that slinger over there. But it's not implemented in this, but I know it is implemented in that. I think stuff like Floris, it might be. Especially in the mods where you can actually enlist in in the army of a local lord when you're still a peasant and no one knows you. You can enlist and be a soldier in someone else's army. And I think they do it there quite a lot. It's a fun principle. Because it means you're always doing something. But I guess it might become a little overpowered because presumably in principle the computer soldiers may not be as quite good as the player. I mean, yeah, that's may not be the case, but it's probably up for debate. Let's get everyone charging. Does mean we're away from our own reinforcements, but I think we have enough soldiers here to do some good damage. Deal with you. Or deal with that horse before he becomes a problem. Oh, we may not have a choice. We're probably going to be knocked out there. I'd like to pick up a spare circular shield if I can. That'll do. Our reinforcements are coming in. So they're going to take a good old while to get here, that's for sure. But I think we're managing to actually just push through them now at this point. So let's start chopping off some heads. Okay, go for you. Okay, there we go, and we'll keep pushing forward. I think once we get a power base within Scotland, having eliminated Alban, we should be in a pretty good spot. I can foresee some problems for a war with Norway, Denmark and Northumbria at the same time. That would cause a lot of issues. But my hope is that even if we were at war with one or two of them, we wouldn't be at war with all of them. But I might be wrong in that regard. That's a skirmish javelin. I want that because that's going to kill you, hopefully. Wonderful. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up to you unless we can... Can we pick up this javelin? Guy's right in the head. I don't think we can pick that javelin up. That's sad. So I'm just gonna... We defeated the enemy. I'm not going to chase after one or two stragglers. He doesn't really like me very much, so he's not going to say thank you, but it's not the worst thing though. We still helped. That's the main thing. I think they would have won anyway, but they would have won at a greater loss of life than had we intervened. How we take on Squeen for ourselves, I'm just not sure at the moment. We might need to come back to that because it's got 700 people inside. It's just not ideal. And after that, the lords are not going to be too thrilled to we can use a horn. Can be used to increase. Yeah, let's use a horn for a change. It's the first time I've actually seen that as like an actual grabbable item. Yeah, I don't think we have the troops to take on 700 troops inside Squin. We just need more of our lords to actually come join us in the fight. Everyone is still accompanying us. We just need to refresh them. He's still not very happy with us, but you still need to follow me. Ethelmod will speak to you next. Ethelmod really likes us. I think we'll probably make Ethelmod Marshal should the need ever arise to do so. We've already spoken to you, I think. Yes, we have. What about Huithril? Kind of likes me, now a little bit more, which is good. Follow me. Oh, there's even more people inside there now. Elfston, I think we need to speak to you as well. Follow me. Let's give this another go. Okay, we're still in the morale of average, which isn't great. I think Cuthbert would still come in with us. Okay, we're going to try and re-besiege the town. They've only got 9 days food now, so we're starting to get down a little bit. Would you surrender now? No. Okay, let's plan the siege, plan the assault, order the construction of sanitation, and I want you to pillage farms. It's going to knacker our reputation in the surrounding area, but we can repair relations once we've taken the place, really. We will prepare for the assault, but I'd rather not assault unless we need to. Uh, 9 days. We'll pretty much every single day we'll check and see if they're willing to actually call in the surrender. I doubt they will, because this is their last remaining town. A merchant offers a group of dancers to entertain your men during the night. Please don't say they're going to be... They will just distract and tie my men. Hire dancers for yourself. Hire them for your men. We're going to need their morale. That's fine. Thankfully they weren't assassins. I had a slight worry that they might be. They're still not willing to do that. Ooh, hang on, what can we do here? Any news from the men I sent to pillage farms? Sir, we burned the fields, but there is, as it's after harvest time, there's no grain left. However, the farmers have left some of the cattle behind. Yeah, we lose reputation. Relation with Squeen has deteriorated. What does that put? Okay, that's still only at 9 days for the time being. I mean, this is how medieval sieges were. Those big, impressive combats you saw in fights rarely happened. In general, you just kind of waited around for 10 years and then decided to go home. One thing I do wish you could do, I wish you could speak to the lords at your siege, and use them and speak to them mid siege to keep them staying with you. A group of bandits approaches your camp. As your men reach their arms, the bandits put down their weapons, say they come peace. The leader of the bandits step forwards and ask if they may join you. Of course, that's going to again knock our morale and our reputation. But it might give us the extra help that we need. It'll certainly give us extra men, and we do need extra men. I don't mind the villagers being attacked. That's fine. Warlord, at last I found you. I've returned from my mission to the Kingdom of Wessex. In general, I would say that Ethelred Ethelwolfing of the Kingdom of Wessex feels frustrated by his inability to strike a decisive blow against King Gotha of Britain, and is willing to conclude a truce. Excellent, that gives us right to rule. We have no real need to be at war with Wessex for the time being. 8 days left. I think one of the lords has left now. There's no blockade. Men spies can. Yeah, I really wish we could blockade. I don't think we have enough. No, we need 250 men, and we don't have that. I'm hoping that lord there might come, and I don't know which lord that is, but he's got a good amount of troops there. I'd like him to come and join in the engagement. And New Lade would come for peace as well. Excellent. We will take that. It just gives us more right to rule. That means that once we can just focus solely on Alban, which would be excellent. They're not going to surrender. That's the thing. We're going to have to fight them in the open field because this is their last town. We're going to keep on waiting. I wish we had the men. We only have 175 men, which is definitely more than we had before with the help of the bandits. But we just need to keep on trying. Okay, we finished reading that book. That gives us increased tactics by 1. At some point, soon we're going to have morale issues, so I'd love to be able to deal with this before it becomes a problem. Ooh, what's happened here? Oh dear. The enemy and our men came upon each other near a river, and the fight for water caused numerous casualties on both sides. We lost 63 men. Yikes. 43 men killed, 20 wounded. They only lost 13. Yeah, we do need to blockade the place, but we simply don't have the numbers to do so. They're down to 3 days now. Speak to the castle commander. Would you surrender? No. We'll build the equipment for the assault, but I doubt I'll want to actually do the assault. We've only got 3 days left. Only 3 days left. Come on, we can do this. I mean, I'm not surprised that they're not surrendering, but it'd be lovely if they did. Wessex has declared war against Northumbria. That's okay. Meas has declared war against Northumbria. That's another powerful fight that's going to be happening between Meas and Northumbria. They're now down to 2 days. I think Lord Bodos joins us, and possibly Dubmac Ada. He wasn't here before. Would you surrender now? You wouldn't. They've only got 2 more days, so I think we just keep doing this, really. Keep doing this until they run out of supplies. It's not a very... oh, look at that. We're making 11,000 per week. Excellent. It's not a very glamorous way to take it down, but it is effective. You're laying siege to Screen. The town's food stores run out and the defenders are starving. Will you now surrender? No. I will keep sieging this place until you run out of food. I will keep asking. I mean, they still have a lot of men's side, but give it another a few days and they should start having some issues. We could go to war against the Kingdom of Northumbria. Let's not do that. A deserter from the enemy has joined our ranks. He has informed us that fear and discontent are spreading inside. He's welcome in our ranks. I don't want deserters amongst my men. Kill him. I'm sure he's a spy retentive to the enemy. Everyone says love a traitor, or love what a traitor brings, but don't love the traitor. He's welcome. -5 morale. We lose some men to the winter. Yeah, we're doing a siege in the absolute wrong time of year. No, you're still not willing to surrender. The lack of food forces the desperate defenders of Screen to set out and attempt to break the siege. We are -1, but I'm hoping we'll be okay. We're going to have to do well here, that's for sure. Infantry there, let's set up quick because they're going to be coming quickly. Archers behind. and skirmishers behind. We are actually at a disadvantage here. But let's hope we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. But if they win this, that's a problem. Let's blow a horn. Oh, that's cool. And we are actually Gutlaf the banner bearer, so it makes sense. Let's go. We are the horn bearer of Theoden King in Lord of the Rings, so it makes sense that we actually have a horn. I know it comes at a loss of 6 javelins, but we can always pick them more on the battlefield. There's always plenty of them. And I just think it's a cool roleplay element to have the horn. And actually being able to bolster morale is good, because normally our actual hornmen just die very quickly. So we can be the hornman. It boosts morale, that's important. It does take a while to do that, that's for sure. But I think we're winning this, which is good. If you just surrendered, then you wouldn't be slaughtered, but, you know, that was your choice. There we go. How many did we lose in that engagement? We lost 13 to death, not bad. We get 7 renown, 12 morale. That's actually very useful. That's going to help any morale issues that we have. They're still not going to surrender, but they're starving. They can't. They're going to have to keep charging out eventually. They'll run out of men and supplies. We don't need to place the mantlets. We're not going to win this by storming the keep. We're going to win this through a siege. This is good to find out, actually. So still has 632 men in. Once it gets down to like 200-300, we probably could just siege it, but then they might surrender by that point anyway. We're not going to be very popular once we take this place, but that's okay. Wait till tomorrow. Let's see if we can starve this. We're going to try to starve the place out, that's for sure. Would you surrender now? No, they still have 600 men inside. That's why. And it is their last remaining fortress. Kingdom of Alban offers you 20,000. I'm going to take that, even though that might change the outcome of the siege. We probably only have so much more food ourselves as well, and our lords are not going to stay with us forever. And okay, would you surrender now? No. I think one of the other lords has left, which is unfortunate. We've only got so many more lords to work with. Legate and East Devon have made peace, that's fine. Aha, good, we've got another sally out attempt. Excellent. Sally out attempts are useful for us. They're going to buy us time, because we're only going to have so much food for ourselves as well. And once we run out of food, then we're going to run into real problems. But this is often how skirmishes were done, or sieges were done. It was not quite as exciting as it was made out in the movies. I think I might have said that about twice now, but that's okay. Let's get behind safety through the shield wall, and let's charge, gentlemen, and let's blow the horn. Ow! Please do not throw javelins at me when I'm blowing my horn. It's very rude. At least wait till I've blown the horn, and then I will take any damage. God, that was a big hit. That was like 42 damage. But it does raise morale, so it is actually worth doing. And it just makes sense. Everyone charge. Let's do what we can here. I think we're taking a few more. We're taking a few more losses this time, but we will still win. Okay, someone else can deal with him. That's not a problem. Eventually, we will just try to have to siege them. I'm hoping that I'm not going to regret that decision to sell that person back. But 20,000 pennies is a lot. Would you now surrender? No. Our scouts have found the defenders have poisoned the water with dead animals. Do you want to buy water and ask the merchants to bring advice our supply route. Abandon the siege, Russian water wells. Yeah, pay the money, that's fine. Legans declare war. Lots of people declaring war against Northumbria, I guess because they're quite powerful. Come on, lads, you cannot have that many. You can't have that much more left in the tank. The siege has been going on for a while now. How are we doing in terms of... They still have 536 men. At some point soon they're going to have to capitulate, I think. We'll have to see. Every single time we can, we will offer them to walk out, but they're not going to do it because it's their final town. If they do that, then their faction's pretty much dead. We were attacked by the enemy force already, neighbouring villages. Because there's many casualties. That is quite a few casualties. Sorry, they killed 20 of us and they only lost one. They lost one soldier. Called a winter sickness flu. Unfortunate, but what can we do? We are definitely losing men, however. We might need to go get more men and then come back before they've had a time to repair their or get their food stores back. Wait till tomorrow. We've got to keep pushing. Alclut and Northumbria have made peace. More people are dying. I mean, we're sieging the worst possible time of year, that's for sure. Here's another sally. Again, we probably actually a little bit of a disadvantage, but again, I'm hoping we'll be okay. Infantry and spearmen in front, archers and skirmishers behind. Let's work quickly. Let's blow our horn. Hopefully give us the morale that we need. I've genuinely never seen that horn before in actual inventory space, so that's quite cool that we can use it. I don't know how much of a bonus it gives, but I'm sure it's giving us something. I think our cavalry charged ahead. We're going to have to leave them to their fate for the time being. I like for them to charge in. We've got a lot of throwing weapons and archers. Let's use that to our advantage before we actually fight. And let's go now. Everyone charge, including the archers and skirmishers if need be. Let's blow a horn again, but hopefully behind relative safety. Really, we'll need to probably get some more men. Well, we need to get some more again, regardless after this fight or after this siege. But I wish there was a way to call in reinforcements during an actual siege, but there really is no way to do so, unfortunately. Oh, that was fun to do. You don't have a weapon, do you? I just like blowing the victory horn. Also makes me look like I'm drinking ale from it as well. But it also gives us morale, and that is important. Aha, here we go. The defenders of Squeen can hold out no longer. Lack of food has debilitated them. Already the weakest have died of starvation. In some cases, the need has led to cannibalism. They're ready to surrender. I yield. We freed Sigurd Ragnarsson, who is a Danish. He's a Danish lord, that's good. Having some friends in Denmark is not a bad thing at all. We've definitely taken a lot of losses of troops, but we've taken Squeen. And that is very, very important indeed. We'll take... we're just about to take every prisoner here. I can't imagine we have much food supplies left. No, actually we still have a lot of bread. I stand corrected. So we'll take what we can to sell, and that should be Alban at the race. First of all, I'm going to take council. There are some people I clearly need to give land to ensure they stay friendly. But I will, for now, just defer appointment. That's fine. And we're going to save this because there's a lot of red text there happening. Right. Pagans are welcome here, and the populace is opposed to us. Yeah, that probably is because of what we had to do to enforce their survival, or their surrender, I should say. Let us trade with the locals. I just want to trade what we can. There's a battle trophies that might hopefully improve the relations a little bit. We can buy our way back, hopefully, with basically just buying alcohol for the local population is probably the way forward. I'll keep the. Will I keep it? No, I'm not going to keep the javelins. I like having the horn, and we can always pick up more javelins pretty simply. It's not a problem. So we'll just sell all that we can here. I think we will probably take screen for ourselves just so we have a constant supply of money. We'll just have our powerhouse in the north of north of the British Isles. Let's go to the meat hall. There's a ransom broker here. Excellent. Sell all my prisoners. I probably have a bunch more to sell, to be honest. We'll take the watchmen because they're nice and cheap. And I want to buy every man here some ale. They're never going to really like us, though. That's the problem, because pagans aren't welcome here. If I go to factions, Kingdom of Alban occupies nowhere. We just need to keep screen from being retaken by the Kingdom of Alban. They should cease to exist. I don't mind our village being under attack. That's fine. Who are you? Eluid Map Effelfelden, you sound Welsh. No, you're Cornish, but that makes sense. A kind of a Brythonic lord. Yeah, I'll be happy to have you on board, sir. I do actually have some land to give you now I've taken that other place. I want to. I'll lose some reputation, but gain 4 morale, and that is important. We need to distribute this land. Do we take screen for ourselves? I mean, the only issue I see with it is that it's not a pagan stronghold, and we had issues with Kerajed when we first took that over because they weren't that friendly to us. We had issues. I don't know. Let's deal with the small properties first. We have 3 properties to give. We need to give 1 to that new guy, Eluid the Map Eferferdin. That's a wonderful name. Other people are not going to like us, understandably. But it means that he has some land. Basquin East, I'm going to give to. Who? Okay. Probably need to give it to you because you don't really like me. Who? Okay. And probably then we need to think about Corsentin. For now, we'll make ourselves Lord of Squin. If it feels like it ends up being too much trouble, which it probably will, then we will give it off to someone else. Purely, I think, because we're not going to have the we need to recruit for both these. We need to recruit for both these places. I just don't think that's going to be possible. But 18,000. Redson Screen for Tariffs. That's why. Oh, look how much money we have. We should definitely take more advantage of that. We're going to help out one of our lords here because we need to track down the last few lords of Alban, ensure they are taken prisoner, to ensure the faction's essentially destruction. And then we should have control of Scotland. Apart from Edinburgh and a few other places. Let's bring the. There's only 51 of them. I probably don't need to set. Actually, that's fine. Everyone can just charge. I don't need to set up for a proper engagement. There's only 51 of them. Although I'll let. Cavalry can follow me for the time being, just so they don't charge in too quick. They'll just grab a quick drink while everyone else is charging in. But this is going well. And we're very rich. What I actually didn't know what to do with all the money, because there's only so many mercenaries I can hire. Actually, if and when we deal with Kingdom of Alban, it would probably give us some time to. If we had a bit of time and peace, I could just go around recruiting constantly in like all the land, and divide it between Dunbreton and Squin, leaving us two very strong fortresses in the north. My concern is the religious aspect in Squin. It probably won't be enough to incite rebellion, but it means that I probably won't be able to recruit there very well purely because of the religious differences. It's cool that we can do the horn blowing while actually on the horse. That's so cool. Guthlaf is finally living up to his name. Let's try to deal with you. You look annoying to try to deal with. Then you stab that woman. Okay, you need to die. Everyone charge. Okay, we're going to get off this horse because the horse is just definitely going to get shot by those archers up there. That was definitely a tough siege of Squeen, but we did manage it for the most part. Okay, deal with you. There's a lot of archers up here, or skirmishers, I should say. We'll deal with you because you actually know what you're doing. You're a pretty strong crossbowman, Pictish crossbowman. We definitely need some time just to kind of secure up our borders and secure our lands. After that, however, I don't know where our next... I don't really know where we want to push into next. Probably Ireland, but it's not overly clear. Because trying to create like enough of a... Trying to create enough of a kind of a beachhead there is going to be a real problem. I mean, really, we just need some... We need more lords to follow us. This is why I'm trying to make everyone happy, because then they're more likely to follow us into marshalship. I'm just going to let those guys run away, because we have actually defeated them. This guy still doesn't like me, but at least I helped him. He managed to escape. That's unfortunate, but I'm hoping, because he's got nowhere to go, he will just stay dead, as it were. I need to drop you inside a... castle before I forget, that's for sure. Share the loot as is common as always. Not that there's going to be much loot with such a small engagement. But it's important to do, and it gave us a bit of relation with that lord there. We're going to head back to Dunbreton to drop off this lord. And generally, we can also probably get some more recruits from here soon. Yeah, we got a lot of money, and I don't really... We've got 100,000, which I feel like for Viking Conquest is actually quite a lot. I don't know what the best use of that will be. It looks like the UI has failed again. It seems to be having a real struggle this campaign. It's not the end of the world. Did I just sell the fish? I didn't mean to sell the fish. It's not the end of the world, it's just something I have to bear in mind, because it means I have to kind of pay a little bit more attention. We'll pick up some more barley and wheat. We've got plenty of bread, that's not a problem. But, you know, progress nonetheless. Visit the meat hall. There's a ransom broker here. Excellent. There's also happy widow. I'm going to raise some morale on my men. For 1,500. There's a book. Actually, it's a book merchant. We've got some money to spend. What do you have for me, sir? We'll buy this just for having +1 surgery in our party in general. That's good. We will buy this one here, whatever that one is, and we will read that, because having just additional skill points is useful. Sphere Warriors I'm going to buy because they're bloody tough hitting soldiers, and they do cost, absolutely, but there's also a ransom broker here, and we have so many prisoners to sell. So we're pretty much just going to take whoever we can, go to the meat hall, sell them, even if they're not worth much. Currently we're sitting on 87,000 pennies. We'll see what we're on when we're done. I wish there was a... Is there a... I can't remember if there's like a take all button. I think there used to be. I think there is in Pendor, but I don't know if there is in this one. Is the music a bit loud? I feel like the music might be a bit loud, but I hope you can still hear me okay. Sometimes this game is a little hard to balance the audio with because sometimes it's really loud, sometimes it's really quiet. We have so many prisoners to sell. We'll probably get to about 80, maybe 95,000. Hello, I'm sorry, I'm going to absolutely butcher your name. I really do apologise. Heitor Ilinuo Andrade. I'm going to call you Heitor. I'm sorry, I completely butchered that pronunciation. But welcome to the stream. How are you today? Let's grab what else we can. We definitely need to put you back in there. Don't want to sell you. That's not necessary, but thank you. That's not necessary, but it's very kind nonetheless. Right, let us... Happy Widow, Traveller... Okay. 95... Okay, yeah, so we're back up to about 95,000 pennies, that's good. It's definitely a way to make an entrance, absolutely. How are we doing? We definitely want a bit of time with peace just to recruit, because I mean we can get company of 406, which is excellent. But it's actually going to be tough to hold on to such a large company of soldiers. I know that once we have plus 300 troops, we can start a kind of like a caravan train which runs behind us. But I don't really know the mechanics of that quite well enough to be able to exploit it or to be able to use it as to its best kind of ability, I should say. We'll move the Saxon Noble up because he's very strong as well. I wish there was a way to move you to the top of the party. That's fine, we can just move them up manually. We should really give Asbjorn some actual gear. And probably Solvig as well. They've been in our party long enough now. But really I'm kind of using them mostly as diplomat companions, I suppose you could say. Freeholder, peasant woman. Yeah, we definitely want to go around and do some recruiting. I'm just going to let the lords go home because I think we can probably handle anything that comes our way. There's only Kingdom of Alban. We're only at war with Kingdom of Alban for the time being, and we do now actually have a decent amount of lords kind of hanging around this area. And actually, some of the lords will actually stay here, which is good. I want to go to the Lord's Hall. Who are you? Are you a claimant? No, you're a natural lord. Oh yeah, you're the Cornish guy who's come and helped. Who's come to our lands now. Good. I want to first of all get some recruits here. This is the problem. They don't like us here. Populace is opposed to us. Manage the town. We can build a shrine to the Norse gods, but Christian rites could cause minus 30 relations. That's not excellent. In the meantime, let's probably build something a bit more useful. Merchant's Rest Hall. It adds prosperity, that's fine. Because the poverty here is very low since we since we took it over. So we're not going to make this place our kind of main area. We'll keep Kingdom of Alban is no more. Excellent. They could come back, but that means currently, for once, ever since we first started this independence campaign, we're not actually at war with anyone. Which means it's time to go on a campaign of hearts and minds, and also just troop recruitment, because we just need some more we need some more troops inside both. But in all honesty, inside both our towns. I'm actually going to probably just take an honor guard with me. I'll leave the rest inside. But I'm going to leave them inside Squeen purely because I don't want to leave it or show it as being very unprotected. It means that people are more likely to come and declare war on us, and that we don't want that. That's for sure. So we'll take a very small honor guard with us, and we're going to just recruit pretty much anyone that we can. We'll just check whoever we can inside the town for now, and we'll go with maybe just 50 troops because we'll pick up so many. Kind of peasants en route anyway. And it also gives us a bit of time just to clean up our party because it's so large with so many random troops. Saxon warrior, British warrior. We'll put the British warriors inside, or the Britain warriors. The Reaver can go in, the Watchman can go in, as can the Companions and the Spearmen. 75 is still probably quite a lot. We have a lot of... Okay, well, anything below that Northman Viking we will put away. So we're just going to run with a very small elite group for the time being. Actually, we'll keep the Saxon warriors because they're fun. Just running with 61 troops, and we're going to basically go and hire as many people as possible. And that might include kind of any mercenaries we find in the local... Any mercenaries we kind of find locally, or maybe even any bandit parties, but that does cause some complications, that's for sure. Right, I think we kind of made Northumbria our recruiting ground. I haven't actually gone on a big recruitment spree for a while. I'm happy to pretty much take any soldier that comes in. I just want to have some more troops going forward. I will happily pay any local leader to allow me to recruit. That's 500 pennies is not a problem to be able to recruit in a village. It's well worth it to be able to do so. We will check meat halls again for any useful soldiers. Sailors, however, I don't think I'll take. That doesn't feel worthwhile. I'm actually going to embrace this time of peace for the time being, purely just to get as many troops as I can inside my towns. It's important. Bearham, I don't know if we actually are allowed to recruit here. We can't, but we can pay someone to recruit here. That's not a problem. Oh my goodness, 615 troops of the Ulade. Good thing we're no longer at war with them for the time being. I don't. Oh, you're the king of. Yeah, you're the ruler of the Ulade. That's why you don't really like me much, and that's why you're very strong. And what we might be able to test while we're at peace. We might be able to test our followers camp if we get to 300 recruits, which I hope to be able to do. I feel like some of these people we're repaying again, but it may be because they've changed hands between different lords. I don't know. Either way, it's still worth doing. Go to the village leader. Can't seem to recruit from them for the time being. That's okay. We'll come back to them in a little while. How much would you want me to pay for free passage? No, they don't like us. Rousing speech? No. Skirmishers? No. Okay, we are significantly outnumbered, but I think we have some, in general, we have some very strong troops. Obviously, kind of the 20 troops or so we've hired so far, the new ones that we've hired aren't going to be that strong. However, I think the other guys will be more than capable of taking them out. The Reavers are fairly strong bandits, but they're still just bandits at the end of the day. I think we should be okay. But I have to remember I'm not quite as strong as I was before. I need to just be a little bit aware of that, I think. See, these to me look like, these green and white shields look to me like the Devonshire county flag, which is a green flag with a white cross from memory. Let's get the spearmen in there. So, if it... I don't know all the county flags, but that is one I do know. Where are these Reavers, by the way? Oh, there they are. They kind of mixed into the tree line there for a second. Oh yeah, these guys shouldn't be too bad. Let's just blow a horn for a little bit of morale bonuses. It's actually much better to do that on the horse because you can still move, whereas if you're doing that on foot, you have to be stationary, so it's much better to do it on horseback. It's a bit like Total War because you could blow like or you could do like a morale boost thing in Medieval 2 Total War, which is an excellent game. I'd actually like to play that soon as well. But I'm running 2 concurrent medieval game series at the moment, alongside Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't think there'd be space for a third, as already I'm currently running 5 series at the same time. I think even that's probably a bit too many. Although, to be fair, Alien Isolation is kind of as and when, whereas the other 4 series are a lot more regular. Frostpunk, LA Noire, and then Kingdom Come Deliverance in this one. And Alien Isolation, kind of whenever I work up the courage to face the Alien, that's for sure. Which reminds me, actually, I need to do some recording of actually both Frostpunk and LA Noire. Are we dead? We're probably dead here. The last LA Noire episode required quite a bit of editing because there was a rather unfortunate case where someone got murdered very brutally and was also very naked. And YouTube doesn't really like that. I'm sure Twitch doesn't like that either. So it required a lot of careful editing and quite a bit of blurring in certain parts of that video. But it was a fun experiment to kind of try. I think that's only the second since I've ever had to do on the channel, so it was fun to try, kind of work on it a bit differently from what I did last time. Because last time I just got a picture of Tom from Tom and Jerry and covered it up, but I didn't feel that would be entirely appropriate for what had happened to that poor woman. Right. We will take those bandits, brigands, and leaders. That's not bad at all. We'll make that. We'll probably make all the Angles, Saxons that we get into freeholders, and then anyone else we'll make into any Norse troops we'll make into archers. I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll grab all this because we are going to have a big increase in cost from all these new troops, but that's not a problem. We just need to be aware of that. To Bebenba. There's some veterans here. How much are you? It's quite a large sum, but I do just want to get some troops before we enter our next major engagement, because it's, for a long time we were up against 3 or even 4 concurrent factions, so it'd be nice to be ready for the inevitable fight that comes our way. Let's head to Birmingham South. Only one. And we'll head to Middlesbrough, and then we'll kind of do a big loop, really. Recruiting. Here's 500 pennies. I'm pretty sure we were trying to recruit from you before, but that's okay. We probably did make everyone's. We probably didn't bribe everyone last time. 8 peasants. I don't think. I doubt we can recruit from. I doubt we can recruit from monasteries now that we are no longer a. Now that we are no longer a Catholic character, now that we've become a Norseman, Norse bowman, Angle freeholder. It'll operate like that. I did see some. Actually, I want to just speak to the leader at FM West. Do you have any tasks? Yes, the slave task. Excellent. Because that's going to give us the opportunity to get some more troops quickly. You have 61 ruffians there. I don't really want to hire you. There's the hideout. That's the one I'm looking for. The Merchant's Rest Hall in Dunbreton as for its property. Excellent. Let's try to scare this guy by blowing a horn right in his ear. And... Oh, I can't use it because I'm not in battle. Never mind. I'm here to bring you back to your master. Unfortunately, I care fairly little about your destiny. You should have gone further away. Okay, back to FM East. We will return you, and we will grab ourselves some more recruits, hopefully. I do find it funny that you can get like up to like 20 recruits in one time, and there's clearly about 20 people in the entire village. There we go. Recruit some more volunteers. 2 Norse freedmen. Well, it's not a huge amount, but it's something. Effingham West. I have a feeling like we might be able to recruit in Jorvik, but I might be wrong. Here's 500 pennies. Oh, 8 Norse freedmen. Yes, please. Oh, these guys really like us. Do they have a task for us that we can do? No. Heading to Jorvik itself, we might be able to sell our prisoners, trade with the locals, see what else we can have going on here. We've got some money, let's use it to our advantage. Aquitaine skirmishers, how much do you cost me? Oh my goodness, 12,000, no, absolutely, that's a lot. I will raise the morale of my men. It's always just good to see that, to do that when you see the happy widows, I think. We're going to save a bit more constantly nowadays just because of kind of how many issues they've been having with this mod recently. I'll head to Donham, or Donaham. I think we do actually have some ability to recruit in the area of Wessex as well. That was a nice amount of troops. So we'll probably do that as well. Reppenham, I think we also have the ability to recruit in as well. Something we did. I don't want to do that task, it takes too long. Okay, I think someone's just recruited from them recently. Actually, let's take a quick look. Oh yeah, we still hold Winchester and Colchester. I completely forgot that we hold these lands. Because someone defected. I don't actually really want them. If I might go speak to them and see if I can get them to bugger off. So I don't think that. Okay, East England, yes, that's fine. I thought that was me for a second. And I think we do have some ability to recruit down in the south of England, from when we were a lord of the Kingdom of Wessex, North Bowman, Angle Freeholders. But I want to speak to whoever this guy is at. You see, there's a Christian monastery who constantly improve faith in Squin, so we're never going to be able to make it a pagan land, I think. We'll have to see. Let's head into Ox. No, we won't, because someone's raiding it. What about Chippenham East? I'm recruiting. Here's 500 pennies. 2 peasants. Not great, but it's something. Do you have anyone interesting in there? Not really. Dorcheham, we can't recruit from for the time being. I want to head to Winchester because I actually don't want to hold on to it, because I don't want. It's so both Colchester and Winchester are so far away from our other lands that we're just going to end up being a war with Cornwall, with Gwynedd, with East Angle, all of which are very powerful factions. I don't really want to annoy them, to be honest. Like, Cornwall is so strong. Normally Cornwall's the one of the first to die. So if I can find the guy in Winchester, because I don't think he's officially actually joined our faction yet. I'm going to officially find the guy in Winchester, tell him to bugger off. Yeah, this is in Dritwald. 733 troops inside, but I don't think it's worth the risk. If we speak to Dritwald here. I'm sorry, sir, your service is not required. He's not going to like me. Is he still... No, I don't want to accept your pledge. Fine, I'll accept your pledge. And then I'm going to get rid of you pretty much straight as soon as I get back to... As soon as I get back up to my court in Scotland, I'm just going to get rid of him because, like, it's not a problem, and Winchester here is very rich, but it's not worth the political fallout. Colchester, or sorry, East Angle will want Colchester back. Cornwall will want Winchester. East Angle will want Winchester. Mears will want Winchester and Colchester. Those are some powerful factions I don't want to get involved with. So we'll get rid of him, even if it comes at a cost of relation with our other lords. I mean, he doesn't like me very much, so we can probably just keep annoying him till he leaves, but we'll have to see. Syria we used to be able to recruit from, but we can't probably anymore. Now that we are kind of not actually part of this land anymore. We can recruit from Ludenham North, I think. We did actually do a bit of work on there a long time ago. So let's head to Ludenham North and we'll start heading back up north. We probably can do some more recruiting there. Let's Ludenham South, but we may as well recruit from here on the way past. 2 peasants, that's good. Well, I think they're pretty supportive of us in Ludenham North, that's why I'm kind of thinking that might be a good place to recruit from. It's highly low to you, but it's being raided. Could you not raid them for like 10 seconds? Cute. That's what I wanted. So I just want to recruit from here. Then you can raid it all you want. 600 freeholders. Not as much as I might have hoped. Do you have any tasks? Cattle. 2 heads of cattle. I'm sure I can do that. Let's head to Grantham. We'll recruit from here as well. Pretty much recruiting from anywhere that will give us troops. I also want to buy some cattle, just 2 of them. And we'll take that cattle back, should that village not be raided by the time we get back. Lead the cattle onwards, wonderful. Back to Ludenham North, which is again being raided. But there we go, we've concluded the quest for them. Run back in, speak to the leader. He should thank us, and that's going to improve our relation, which means we get some Angle Bowmen. Nice. We're up to 165 now. I want to test this new... There's something we can do when you have plus 300 troops. It's not refuge, it's... I can't quite remember where it is. But there's a way to do it. And it means that when you have over 300 people, you have the ability to kind of run a caravan behind you. I just can't quite remember how it's actually achieved. Yeah, see, we can currently manage 203 troops. Obviously, the more troops we get, the harder things get to manage in terms of morale. Norse Bowmen will get, Angle Freeholders will get. Cool. Let's start heading back up north. And we can get some more recruitments done, and we can try to get rid of that guy because he's just going to get in the way. And it's just going to cause more disputes than he's worth. This village is just called Ham, how adorable. That's the village of Ham, and over there is bacon and eggs. So, a shame it's not called Ham Ham. Hello, local leader. I'd like to recruit from here if I could. Thank you. It's just called Ham. How sweet is that? Okay, let's stop having weird fascination with village names and get back up to where we need to. 49 robbers, that's fine, we don't need to worry about them. We'll stop off in Tomton, we might be able to sell our prisoners. No, we won't, because Gwyneth doesn't like us. I forgot about that. Crepenham, we did recruit him before, but yeah, good. We can recruit now on the way back as well. Good. Donaham, we're not going to be able to recruit from everywhere, but we can recruit from some places, and that's good for us. 17 Norse freedmen, yes please. Do you have any other quests for me to do? No, sadly not. We'll head to Effingham East and then to Wixham. Kingdom of Mias. This is the thing. This is why I want to get rid of that guy, because he's just going to cause problems with those factions down south. And then really not people I want to go to war with just yet. We might be in a lot better position than we are at the moment, but we're not in a great spot. When did we own Bebemba? Notes. Who just? I think they must have literally just. No, we need to go down. They must have literally just defected now. Here we go. Ealdorman Maddock has renounced his allegiance to the Kingdom of Northumbria and joined the Kingdom of Britain. Ealdorman Maddock. We have a lot of vassals nowadays. It seems like the snowball is starting to have a good effect. I can't see him there. They're all called Ealdorman. Are they all called Ealdorman Maddock? Like all Ealdorman. No, it's not going to be called Ealdorman Maddock because he's not with us anymore. Or he's not with them anymore. Where's Maddock? You. Other person who's defected. Let's head. Hey, I'm happy to keep Bedburg. That saves us having to take Bedburg for ourselves. It does mean that Northumbria is going to be annoyed at us, but I don't really care because Bedburg's a prize target for us, and it takes it away from Northumbria. That's important. Having to not take Bedburg by force is pretty damn good. I think he'll be hanging out in Bedburg. I still, this is different because this is in much more our area. Down here, though, like, I don't want to hold on to Winchester and Colchester. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. Maddock Map Cadell. We probably need to. I want to find out where he is, but he might have gone to our. He might have gone to Dunbreton, because I'm more than happy to have my land. That's for sure. Oh, there he is. Hello there, sir. He's suspicious of us, but I would happily accept your pledge. I'd almost probably make him. I might even make him the marshal for a while. Although because it might just mean that we like him a bit more. Of course, we've also got Birmingham North and South to give out. This is incredible. This is going great. Okay, we've accepted his pledge, which is good. I want to go to Dunbeaton. We'll go back and do some more recruiting momentarily. But I want to deal with the Winchester problem before it becomes a much bigger problem. Let's get some more recruits. Let's go to the Lord's Hall. Oh my goodness, that's a hard name to say. Sigibert Sigewolfing. All these names. Oh my goodness, there's so many lords and ladies hanging around. Brunhild. I want to. Is there a way to get rid of one of my vassals? I want to indicate a disloyal vassal for treason. I can't remember his name. I think it's Stritwold. It's not gonna. People are not gonna be happy that I do so. But I think it's important, purely for the sake of keeping relations with the guys in the south relatively safe. It is Ealdorman Dritwold. He already doesn't like me. He's probably not that popular with the guys here. We'll just have to take the loss. I want to get rid of Ealdorman Dritwold. Issue the indictment. Everyone else is going to bloody well hate us. Oh yeah, that was a big drop in relations with our lords, but I'm hoping he's going to get out of the way. Visit the Lord's Hall. That might have been a mistake. Who knows? Winchester. Oh, I still hold on to Winchester. God damn it! How do I get Winchester and Colchester out of my lands? Okay, well we'll give it to someone else. Right. Let's grant some. We've got a bunch of fiefs now to give out, and some people now don't like us very much from what we just did there. Yeah, we just caused a bit of a problem there. I don't really want to give Bodo more land because people don't like when I give Bodo land. We'll give Huithril some land. We'll give Birmingham North to this guy down here, who I can't pronounce his name. Conham I will give to you to make you like me a bit more. Colchester I'll give to... Also, I'll give Colchester to Bodo, just to kind of get him out of the... to just deal with... he can just deal with Colchester. I hadn't intended to have to hold on to Winchester and Colchester, but it seems like we're going to have to. You actually kind of like me. Where are you from before? Halfdan Ragnarsson, that's Northumbria as well. You're welcome aboard, sir. You are Kerbal MacMurrican. Well, guess what, Kerbal MacMurrican? You can have Winchester. Good luck dealing with that absolute problem. That's going to be a problem town. Eldon Maddock doesn't like me. We have to... I'm actually going to replace someone as Marshal. Maddock Map Cadell is going to be Marshal for a while, because we don't actively need a Marshal at the moment, and it will hopefully improve relations a little bit. Right, that's the housekeeping done for the time being. And we're getting some pretty powerful lords. See, I like this. No, I don't know who you are. You must earn my trust if you want to recruit me in my land. I'm your sovereign. I'm your king. You should really let me recruit anyway. But it's okay. I understand. But look how powerful some of our troops are. This is great. You know, they don't really seem to follow me, but at least they are powerful. They'll keep our land safe. And it looks like we're going to just have to hold on to Winchester and damn the consequences. If Colchester and Winchester goes under siege, I'm not going to save it. It's just not worth saving. Why do you want... What? He wants to form a new military campaign. We're not at war with anyone. Are we at war with anyone? Why do you want to... Sorry. Why do you want to... Why are we assembling the army? But we're not at war with anyone, are we? Are we at war with anyone? No, we're not. So stop assembling. This is why I don't tend to give the marshalship to other people, because they just don't. I don't know what they're doing sometimes. We've probably got a bunch of upgrades to do as well. North Warrior Archer, Britain Freeman, bunch of bowmen, excellent. Some Angle companions, Angle freeholders, Saxon freeholders. The more the merrier, really. I want to get to over 300 troops to naturally, just to kind of attempt how this kind of thing works. I don't actually know off the top of my head. I want to recruit. Okay, now we can recruit from going forwards. It's excellent. I just don't know how this like caravan thing works. Oh, he doesn't like me. Oh yes, Trefquil. The place where we had to do some unfortunate things to ensure we could go to war with the people we needed to. That's okay. 8 peasants. And we'll stop by Edoras and just get some morale from Gula, our Lady of the Night. Wonderful. Or in this case, Happy Widow. We could probably move our refuge. We don't probably actually need it in that part of the world anymore. That's okay. We'll leave it there for the time being until we until we have reasonable cause to move it elsewhere. Let's head to Ad Griffinham. There we go. That's why you don't need to call up people for a fight, because there is no fight. I don't want to do that task because that just takes too long, I find. Is there any reason I can't recruit from here? I guess maybe someone else is recruited from here soon. I don't know if that's quite how it works, but that's not a problem. There'll be a feast in a town, but we've got more important things to do. How many men are we up to? We're up to 2, 3, 1. It's not bad. We could certainly do with a few more, however. I'm recruiting. Here's 500 pennies. I feel like we've already tried to recruit from Bebendom North before, but I think every time it changes hands, it requires us... Yeah, every time it changes hands, I think it requires us to repay the fee. Presumably because I guess the local leader changes kind of when the law changes. I've just hit my pop filter, I apologise. Let's just pop into Bebendom quickly as well, because we do have some prisoners to sell. And we might be able to actually sell them here. Finn Archers, Wandering Bards... No, it seems not. But we probably could do some more food. We also need to ensure that we are reading our new book that we picked up. No, that's the wrong way. Go to camp, read book, however you say that one, and that should hopefully help us with any getting some additional attributes, which is always useful. Okay, let's go to Middlesam. We're basically just going one big recruiting spree for the time being. 3 peasants, wonderful. And I want to test out this mechanic while we're still at peace. Because when we're at war, I just may not have the time to do so. FM West, 50 Norse Freedmen, that's wonderful. We'll go to Hrepenham. And we can get 11 peasants from there. This is all very, very good. Trefarth, I don't know if we have the ability to recruit from there, but we'll go have a look. Recruit volunteers, that's fine, I'm happy to pay the money. 2 Britain serfs, it's something. 267. Okay, we're getting there. I might need to actually research how to start this process, because I can't remember where you do it on the wow, I'm garbling my words today. On the kind of UI, I don't know where exactly you need to set up the process. 291, we're not too far off. Someone else has just joined us. We don't really have any land to give them, that's the problem. Border incident, it's fine. 9 Norse Freedmen, that gets us to 300. I think we might need just over 300. So let's head to Tref Gob, which I think we're allowed to recruit there. Aha, this is it, I think. Attracted by the growth of your army, some priests and women have joined you lately, and now even some merchants seek permission to follow you. Although that will give your army easy access to many services that will improve the morale of your men, they will slow your army. Follower services are available in your camp area. They are indeed welcome. I believe if it falls under 300, then they go away again. So you have to maintain above 300, and it's not always that easy. Is it our followers camp? That's what I want. Right, let's kind of work out what we need to do here. So, your army is accompanied by followers from diverse backgrounds. Followers allow you to access important services quickly, and will provide moral support, but have the disadvantage of making your army advance more slowly. Makes sense. You can drive away followers at any time, but doing so will have an impact on the morale of your army. You can increase the number of followers with people you meet in your travels, assigning them to groups such as priests, women, and others. You may assign troops from your army to the group of followers by talking with them from your army menu. If you decide to reduce the size of your army below 300 men, or if your army suffers a high loss or a serious defeat, followers may abandon you. So priests in the followers party, you can give some bonus surgery, excellent. And we can get some wound treatment for women and followers party. And every 10 women, so refugees, camp women, soldiers, wives and peasants, will give +1 morale every 72 hours. This is good. Maximum of 10 morale points. That's actually pretty damn good. First of all, let's just play around with this and understand what we're doing. And actually, having some relation with the Norse is not going to be bad at all. Slave trader. Oh, we have a permanent ransom broker. Oh, that's excellent. That's really useful to have a permanent ransom broker there. A smith, what do you do? We can just sell stuff straight to you. That's great. Oh, this is incredible. Mules. You're called the Frog. Why are you called the Frog? Ik greta thee, King Guthla. What do you need? I presume that means I greet thee. I see. This is like we can put some stuff in there. Maybe if we have too much loot, we can put it in there. But I wouldn't put anything too important there in case we go under 300 troops. We have a healer as well. Excellent. That's really good. I just want to double check because we do have issues with morale. So every 10 women, as refugees camp, women, soldiers, wives and peasants will give +1 morale each 72 hours. Maximum 10 morale points. Currently we have 18 women. So we're only going to get 1 at the moment, but we can probably improve that with time. We're going to run with a big army. It's going to be costly, that's for sure. Angle freeholders, Angle companions. All this upgrading is going to take a lot of money. That's okay. Norse bowmen. We do have some money to spend at the moment, which is good. I think I do, however, want to build up a little bit of a surplus over 300 because we will lose some troops in combat. That's just the simple truth of the matter. And I'd rather not lose the rather excellent benefits that these guys provide. Kingdom of Northumbria wants to go to war with us. That's not surprising, because we now own Bebbanburg and they do not. So actually, peasant women have a bit more of a place in the group now, which is good. That's excellent. Let's recruit from here. 1 British serf, or Britain serf. We're very close to completing our goal. Excellent. Kingdom of Wessex are going to go to war with Kingdom of Britain. I feel like we're in for a big old fight with a lot of people. Kingdom of Wessex was recently provoked by Kingdoms of Britain. Kingdom of Mears was provoked by Kingdom of Britain. Northumbria was provoked by the subjects of Kingdom of Britain. Our Outcloak was provoked by Kingdom of Britain. The Ulade may come back to war with us pretty soon as well. We have a pretty strong group of lords now. Not all of them are going to follow us into combat, however. I'm probably going to give Squeen away, I think. I don't feel I have enough. I don't feel I have the ability to man 2 separate towns at the moment. And just in terms of like, because it's taken a long time to get 300 troops, and actually I want to kind of keep them in my. I'd want to kind of keep them in my area. I want to go to budget. We're still making good profit. How much money do we make off Squeen? Is it worthwhile holding on to? Honestly, looking at those rents and tariffs, no. I'd rather just hold Dunbreton for the time being. So I'm going to take some troops out of Squeen, pretty much all the good ones, and then we will drop them inside Dunbreton instead. I think I will actually take the camp women now. Because we're gonna have some real issues with morale. Warriors, we're gonna take pretty much everyone, whoever we can, but we will have to drop them off because we're not going to hold on to this many troops all at once. That's for sure. And we're gonna give Squeen away. It wasn't my initial plan, but it's my plan now. We're gonna give it to Ethelmod because he really likes us. I don't see him defecting to another faction anytime soon. So that's probably what I'm going to do there. We're pretty much going to take all these troops ourselves, though. Skirmishers, British warriors, elite skirmishers, and because the other lords are very good at kind of putting their troops, kind of refitting the troops, and I feel like we're going to be having some pretty tough engagements pretty soon. Hey Synth, good to see you, man. Love opening Twitch in the middle of the night and every few weeks singing your warband. I do stream quite regularly nowadays. I never used to. I don't have a regular schedule, but I do try and kind of stream a bit more than I used to, that's for sure. But it's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing okay. Right, let's head to Dunbreton. We have such a big army now. My word. And let us... First of all, we're going to have a symbol, because we're going to need the morale bonus. And it also helps our relation with Dunbreton, so that's not bad at all. We do become incredibly slow when we have such a big group of soldiers, however. I'm going to go to the Lord's Hall. I'm going to keep over 300 troops. Hello there, Elfgar. I don't really want to... I'll accept your pledge purely because I think we'll be going to war with someone fairly soon. We can probably get you some more land. I don't want to give you Squeen because you're still quite a new lord for us. I'm going to give Squeen to Ethelmod, he's got a really good relation with us. How's the pagan majority city right next to an anti-pagan city? I believe because I think the monasteries play a part in that, but also just tribal differences, I'm guessing, because one might have been the Kingdom of Alban, one might have... There was a different... Let me give that to Ethelmod. People aren't going to like that, but Ethelmod's a safe, secure vassal to give him to give Squeen to. He'll be okay. If we go to the factions, there was... I'm trying to work out... Because quite a few factions have now been defeated. Outclut, no. It might have been the Outclut initially. But there was a faction kind of here in bright yellow who I think were pagan, whereas Kingdom of Alban here, which are in the dark blue, who we just eliminated earlier in this stream, they are Christian as an overall faction. So there's very big tribal differences, not far apart. The majority of the British Isles is Christian, but it comes at like a big changing point where lots of people have very mixed opinions about kind of which religion they belong to, I suppose you could say. Let's head to Dunbreton. I'm going to drop off some of these troops. We can't afford to keep all of these guys here. And I will actually pick up the peasant women, because they're actually going to help with our morale issues. And this also makes this place a little bit safer for us as well, by dropping in some kind of tough troops. There we go. I'll keep the camp women because they are actually now going to be useful now that we have the camp. We'll run with about 340, so if we do take a loss we might still have enough people going forward. They'll probably be part of... They'll sit in the skirmishers line, I think. Angle companions, Norse... We've got quite a few Norse spearmen already, I think. 67. Let's get some Norse freeholders. We'll get a bit more kind of Huskars out if we can. I mean, we can make plenty of warrior archers anyway. Who's going to be murdered next? That is actually genuinely a good question, because I've kind of run out of options. Maybe the Kingdom of Lathland, my old employers, but trying to fight a battle on the sea, trying to like land on islands and try and do it that way is tough. And these guys are tough cookies. They're tough nuts to crack. And they've only got these 2 islands left, and they're full of Norse troops who are notoriously strong. That being, yeah, I intend to take these 2 islands anyway. It's just a question of timing. This is the first time I've actually been at peace since I went independent. So I'm trying to take this time to just get myself a bit more secure. Because if we go to my relations, there are 4 separate people who want to go to war with me. Wessex and Mears I understand, because I had a lord defect, and now they've given me Colchester and Winchester, which I don't really want because they're so out of the way from the rest of the empire. Northumbria I understand because the Lord of Bebbanburg defected, so they're not a fan of that. Like, at least Bebbanburg is near like Scotland and the rest of our empire, and then you go down here, and then we just have Winchester and Colchester, and it's so far away from everything else. I even tried getting rid of the vassal, but we still kept the land. I actually want to get rid of Winchester and Colchester for the time being. To be honest, if they go into siege, I will. How did I get Winchester? I had a lord defect, completely unintentional. I even tried to get rid of Winchester, but I can't. I've also got Colchester here as well. It's a real problem for me, actually, because it means that the really strong factions down here, Cornwall, East Angle, Gwynedd, although they seem to be struggling a bit, the Moulmein, the Mears, they're all going to want to come for Winchester and Colchester, which means they're going to probably go to war with these factions, which I don't really want to do. There's no real need for me to be at war with the southern factions just yet. Probably the next major target will be Northumbria, but I've kept fairly good relations with them for the time being. So it would be nice to keep that for the time being, but I don't really have many more options. I'd rather not go to war with Denmark, because trying to fight a war across the seas would be terrible. Wales has taken a decent amount, but they used to have a lot more. Northumbria has taken quite a bit. I think Dinbych and Keswisir have defected. I think they were originally either Cornish or Welsh town, or forts, I suppose you could say. The real impressive faction in this game for me has been Cornwall, down here in the blue. They start with just this normally: Bosvena, Dintagel, and that's about it normally. And they've taken all these places. They did have Winchester once, but I think that they Chippenham is for East Angle. East Angle's doing pretty well as well. But they look how much land Cornwall's taken in Wales. It's incredible. You thought the blue was Welsh. Yeah. Oh, that's a different blue though. Cornwall used to hold that land. East Angle's taken it now. There's a lot of defections now, so it's quite hard to kind of keep an eye on what's going on, because I think things can like change hands very quickly. But these are actually 2 separate factions. Like the lighter blue and the darker blue is Cornwall and East Angle. But Cornwall normally are the first to die in this campaign, so I'm quite impressed they've survived. I think the next big people to take on will be Northumbria, but that's going to be a real slog of a fight. Because Northumbria are a tough faction. If we go to their... look at that, they've got a lot of land and a lot of vassals. They are at war with 6 other factions at the moment. And like they have a lot of problems with other factions as well. Has a strength of 13,000 men in total. Can we see how many men we have in total? No, apparently not. Maybe Denmark, but I don't know if that's really the right call. We'll go have a bit of a scout of Edinburgh, see how they're doing. I do actually want to pick up any Soldier's wives, anything I can find in there. Soldier's wife. Oh, we've taken a bit of loss. Why are we lower down now in terms of company size? We had the ability to do that 400 before. Okay, let's get rid of some other troops. We'll get rid of these Angle peasants. We don't need that many. And I'd rather take the peasant ladies, the soldier's wife, camp women, camp followers, because these guys are going to be the people who actually help us with our morale issues. We'll bring the Vikings. We'll bring the Watchmen. That'll do for the moment. It's probably not bad to train up a new army. And all these ladies will be down the bottom. And I'll take all these prisoners to sell now that we do actually have a prison broker on demand. It's going to be wonderful. Because we can just go to camp, and we can go to followers camp, go to slave trader, and I want to sell all my prisoners. It's excellent. We can. I don't need to go around the map looking for a prison broker half the time now. Right. What is our next port of call? 2 men stop your army. They tell you you're surrounded by 500 warriors ready to attack if you don't pay them 2,000 pennies. Pay them, attack, or go on your way. We're going to go on our way. The 2 men move aside when they ignore them. When you ignore them and can continue on their way. No one attacks your army. It was all a lie. How about that? That's kind of what I expected, to be honest. I didn't really expect them to be that to be a genuine problem. We're going to go have a look at Edinburgh, I think, and see how we're doing there. See, Edinburgh only has 402 people inside. There'll be tough soldiers inside, though. But it might be something we can do there. Oh my goodness, why? Why? Why did everyone just hate me a bit more? Oh, I see. The Kingdom of Britain has not responded to Kingdom of Northumbria's provocations, and King Gustav suffers a loss of face against his more bellicose subjects. It's only -3. It's not ideal, but it's okay. I don't know what we would have done to kind of change that. That's for sure. Maybe we could go into Ireland. There's a lot of small factions over there we could take out. Maybe we could take out Airlich. Because we don't actually have enough. We might need to get some more boats, to be honest, for our army, because we're just not going to be able to transport these guys across. Here's 500 pennies. That gives me 3 morale. We currently have. How do I need to put people into followers. Okay, I want to speak to all these camp followers, and I decide that you will join our followers party. We're going to pretty much send all of the ladies to join the followers party, because that will also help with our morale, and that is important. And then, unfortunately, then they don't have the ability to have like shield maidens in this game. The troop tree for camp defenders is still not very strong soldiers. What can you do for our men? I'm the wife of your soldiers. If you have 30 wives in your party, if you have wives, party will gain morale every 30 hours. Gotcha. Join our followers party. We're going to send them all to our followers party. Because they can, I think they're able to do some more use there, to be honest. I need you to raise the morale of my men. I'll give you 450 for your efforts. Huh. I wonder if they're seen as ladies of the night or something similar. Join the followers party. We might leave one camp woman here because we can. We'll leave one camp woman here because she can do that morale thing every single time. That's pretty useful, all things considered. Let's get some freeholders, get some companions, some warriors, some more warrior archers. And now if we go to the camp quarters, we now have 31, which means that we'll get 3 morale every 72 hours. It's not great, but it will do. It will certainly help. But I think as we get to kind of a natural stopping point, we will leave it there. We've taken up the Kingdom of Alban this stream, which has been very good. We're going to have to find a way forward in terms of who we attack next. I think probably, unless someone comes to war with us like Northumbria, if Northumbria comes to war with us, we're going to have to take on that's going to be a tough fight. That'll probably be one of the toughest fights of the whole campaign. I don't know if they're actively at war with anyone. I doubt they'll declare war on us purely because they're at war with so many other people. I don't think they'll do that really. So maybe we push into Wales. I think that might be the plan. I want to. Where are my ships? I don't know where my ships are. Notes. Character ships. We probably need to repair those because they're not doing that well. Okay, they're actually in Dunbreton. Before we end the stream, let's just go have a look at our ships in Dunbreton because they're only gonna. We're only gonna be able to take so many people in the ocean, on the open ocean, but we're gonna repair our ships because they need to be repaired. That's for sure. At significant cost, but it will be worth it. In terms of boats for sale, I want some big ships. Not one that can only hold like 10 troops. That's not really worth it. That's my problem if I invade Ireland. I'm just not going to have the. I'm genuinely not going to have the space because we can only command 3 ships plus our flagship, so 4 ships overall. It may be that we need to go around and just purchase some more expensive boats, like ones which just carry more men. But I think we're probably going to be going to war with someone else pretty soon, and eventually we will just probably need to actively push to war with someone. I just don't know quite who. It probably will be Northumbria, in all honesty. I don't think we want to go to war with Denmark because that doesn't feel like a sensible idea. Maybe the Kingdom of Lathland, but they've only got 2 castles and 2 villages. We could probably deal with them at a later stage anyway. If we go to war with kind of Cornwall, East Anglia, Mearth, I don't know if we're going to really bother to try and protect Colchester and Winchester. They're so far out of the way. But the Kingdom of Northumbria has a lot of power in a lot of the world. They're probably our largest rivals. And if we could take out Northumbria, we could probably steamroll the rest of the map. So that's probably our next port of call. But we will leave it there for the time being, and we will continue this very soon indeed. Of course, alongside Kingdom Come Deliverance. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.